Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is not just a rumor, it's a game changer. Recently, there's been a lot of buzz around the NFL, especially concerning the quarterback position for the New York Giants. As many of you know, the Giants have been in a bit of a limbo when it comes to their quarterback situation. Daniel Jones has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been a real issue, and fans have been eagerly waiting for that next move, that spark that could elevate the team to a new level. Well, hold on to your seats because the latest reports suggest that the Giants might be making a bold move that could reshape their future, trading for Kyler Murray. Yes, you heard that right. Kyler Murray, the former #1 overall pick, the quarterback who was supposed to be the franchise savior in Arizona, might soon be donning a different uniform, and that uniform could very well be the Giants. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Murray has faced criticism, and there's no shortage of opinions about whether he's lived up to the hype. But here's the thing, the Giants are in a unique position right now. They're looking for that game-changing quarterback, someone who can not only lead the offense, but also bring a new level of dynamism and excitement to MetLife Stadium. And if the rumors are true, and the Giants are indeed eyeing Murray, it could be a move that shifts the entire NFC East landscape. Let's break down what's happening with Murray and why this potential trade is generating so much buzz. Murray, drafted first overall in 2019, entered the league with sky-high expectations. Coming out of Oklahoma, he was heralded as a once-in-a-generation talent, a dual-threat quarterback capable of making plays with both his arm and his legs. But since then, his career has been a roller coaster. His record, 36 wins, 45 losses, and 1 tie, doesn't exactly scream franchise quarterback, does it? And despite that, he's only made 1 playoff appearance, which ended in a loss to the Rams. That's not the kind of resume you'd expect from a #1 pick, especially one who was supposed to change the fortunes of a franchise. And that's where a lot of the criticism comes in. Some analysts, like Steve Rivera from TWSN, have been pretty blunt about Murray's performance. Rivera pointed out that Murray's career has been full of excuses, and that his record doesn't quite match the expectations set when he was drafted. He also mentioned that, given the current state of the NFL quarterback market, if the Cardinals are ever going to move him, now might be the best time to do it, before his value drops even further. But let's be honest, as much criticism as Murray has faced, he's still a talented quarterback with a lot of upside. And in the right system, with the right coaching staff, he could unlock that potential and become the star many thought he'd be when he was drafted. That's exactly what the Giants are thinking about right now. They're looking at Murray's skill set and seeing a player who, if managed correctly, could be the piece that finally turns their offense into a true threat. Of course, there are hurdles. The Cardinals, for all their struggles, aren't known for just giving away their assets easily. They signed Murray to a massive 5-year, $230, $5 million contract, which shows their long-term commitment to him. That kind of investment usually means the team wants to see results, not just cut bait after a few tough seasons. And let's not forget, Murray is still recovering from a serious ACL tear back in 2023, which kept him out for a significant part of last season. That recovery process will be a factor in whether the Giants see him as a viable upgrade or not. Now, you might be wondering, why would the Cardinals even consider trading Murray? Well, there are a few reasons. First, the NFL quarterback market is tight right now, and if they decide to rebuild or shift focus, Murray's value could be at its peak. Second, some reports suggest that the Cardinals are open to exploring trades, especially if they can get a solid return. And considering the potential of Murray, a team like the Giants with a strong roster and a need for a dynamic quarterback could be the perfect landing spot. Imagine Murray in New York, leading that offense with weapons like Saquon Barkley and a solid offensive line protecting him. It's tantalizing to think about, isn't it? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. the Giants are a smart organization. They know the risks involved. They're also aware of Murray's injury history and the inconsistency that has sometimes plagued his play. Still, the potential upside is enormous. If they can get Murray healthy, motivated, and in the right system, they might have a real shot at making a deep playoff run next year. And given the NFC East's competitive nature, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Washington constantly in flux, a move like this could be the difference between just making the playoffs and going all the way to the Super Bowl. Now, I want to talk a little about the Giants' current quarterback situation. Daniel Jones has been a decent starter, no doubt, but he hasn't quite been the franchise quarterback many hoped he'd develop into. His injury history and inconsistency have held the team back. The Giants are clearly looking for that next step, that quarterback who can elevate the entire team. And if Murray joins, it's not just about replacing Daniel Jones. It's about upgrading that entire position and creating a new identity for the offense. Think about the impact on the locker room, on the fans, and on the entire franchise. Having a player like Murray, with his dual-threat ability and his electric playmaking skills, could energize the team and the fanbase in a way we haven't seen in recent years. It's the kind of move that could shift the momentum and give the Giants a real shot at not just contending, but dominating the NFC East for years to come. And don't forget, this is a division that's always competitive, always tough, and always well coached. The Giants need a player who can step up in big moments, and Murray has shown flashes of that potential. But let's also remember the bigger picture. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises. Trades happen, rumors swirl, and sometimes the biggest moves are the ones you least expect. If the Giants do land Murray, it could set off a chain reaction across the league, with other teams reevaluating their quarterbacks and making their own bold moves. That's the beauty of NFL football. It's unpredictable, exciting, and constantly evolving. Now, some fans might be hesitant. They might worry about Murray's injury history or whether he's truly the answer. And that's fair, but you have to weigh the risks against the potential rewards. Sometimes, a bold gamble is necessary to take that next step. The Giants have been building steadily, but a move like this could be the final piece of the puzzle. Imagine a Giants offense with Murray leading the charge, spreading the field with his mobility, making plays with his arm, and keeping defenses on their toes. It's a tantalizing vision, isn't it? And looking ahead, the Giants are not just thinking about next season. They're planning for the future, and bringing in a player like Murray could be part of a bigger strategy to contend for a Super Bowl in the next few years. With the right coaching staff, a solid offensive line, and some smart additions on defense, this team could become a legitimate contender. It's a fascinating time for Giants fans because everything is on the table. The offseason is just beginning, and the potential for blockbuster trades and bold moves is higher than ever. So, as we keep an eye on this story, remember that the NFL offseason is a period of transformation. Teams are looking to reshape their rosters, find that missing piece, and set themselves up for success. For the Giants, that might mean finally pulling the trigger on a trade for Kyler Murray. And if it happens, it could be the start of a new chapter in the franchise's history, one filled with excitement, hope, and a real shot at bringing that elusive Super Bowl trophy back to New York. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Murray is the right guy to lead the Giants into a new era? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in blue and red? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us, and it matters to the future of this team. We love engaging with you, debating, and sharing our passion for the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back very soon with more updates, more news, and more insights about the Giants' offseason plans. So stay tuned, keep the faith, and let's see where this crazy NFL ride takes us next. The Giants are always about surprises, and right now, everything suggests that this offseason might be one of the most exciting yet. Thanks for being with me today, and as always, let's go Giants!